Hello, hi everyone. It's Empowerment Hour. It's 1 on a Wednesday, and you guys are tuned into Kofifi FM, where it all began, 97.2. We will be having a conversation on mental health, autism, and creative vibe. Stay tuned. Welcome to Empowerment Hour. It's 1 p.m. on a Wednesday, and you guys are tuned into Kofifi FM 97.2, where it all began. I am not alone today, guys. We will be having a conversation on mental health, autism, and there's a lady here from Creative Vibe. So I'd like her to introduce herself and obviously what the Creative Vibe is about. Hi, how are you, ma'am?
I'm good, thank you. How are you, ma'am? I'm good. So my name is Begiwe, and I am the founder of the Creative Vibe.
Okay.
So I matriculated from the National School of the Arts doing drama, and then I did my BA degree in live performance from EFDA, and then I did my PGCE in dramatic arts and creative arts.
Awesome.
So drama has always been a priority for me because I'm an artist as well. I'm an arts activist, and I really feel that drama and creative work really helps a lot. So what the Creative Vibe does is we offer extramural drama activities at different schools. We facilitate educator workshops on how to implement drama strategies into the classroom. So it's when people think drama, they think a whole performance and stage, but we simplify it. We teach children how to boost their confidence, their self-esteem. They learn communication skills. They also learn how to regulate their emotional weather by regulating their nervous system. And also they gain a lot of emotional intelligence and emotional literacy when we engage in drama.
Okay, I would like to state, guys, that I was amongst the ones that thought that she's all about the stage, and I had mentioned to her that when she came to our school, right, I thought that it was all about monologues and improvisation. No, it's not that. I love the vibe. So our next question is, what inspired you to create the program that combines mental health and applied drama for children on the spectrum?
So what I realized when we go to mainstream schools was that it's a lot of neurodivergent learners who are on the spectrum that were drawn to the program and really enjoyed the program. I think this was because maybe the traditional teaching methods are too strict and rigid, and they don't accommodate neurodivergent learners, especially in mainstream schools if the learners are not diagnosed also. So it was those learners that really thrived and enjoyed drama, and it was a safe space for them. So that's when I thought to bridge the gap and make it more accessible to the neurodivergent learners, because they gain more benefits. It helps them a lot to find a space to have those connections, to build friendships, and also to creatively express themselves, especially when they come from a system that does not allow them or does not accommodate for them to be able to do that.
And you had mentioned that such a program like this one, it's like a confidence booster for the kids.
It's a big confidence booster because they engage with their peers, so they start communicating and building friendships. And when a child was maybe previously isolated and scared to interact with other learners, when we start playing drama games and when they see that everyone is on the same level and we are all in the same space, there's no judgment, that's when they open up and they let go of any inhibitions or any insecurities, and they join in the fun as well. So that's why it's nice. It's more inclusive and accommodates them.
As well. I'm sure and I'm certain that whenever they know that you coming, they can't even wait.
Like whenever I get to a school, it's always drama. The drama teacher, some of them call me the drama queen.
Yes.
So I'm like, okay, I'm used to that now. And I love it a lot because The creative vibe is exactly that. I bring that vibe for learners to be able to express themselves and be comfortable without feeling shy or judged or feeling out of place or being told you are too much. You need to tone it down. That's a safe space, an intentional safe space for all of that work to happen.
For listeners who may not know this, what is applied drama and how does it help children on the spectrum?
So, like we said in the beginning, people think drama is a whole stage play, costume, stage characters, the makeup, you know. Everyone thinks of the final, complete product, you know. No one thinks of the behind the scenes or how you prepare or how actors usually prepare to get into character. In normal drama, traditional drama, actors need to strip themselves of who they are, their insecurities, their background, their culture, to be able to work on a new character and put on a character. So that's what we do. We strip all the traditional conformative things that society wants. So we break that wall and we ask the learners to just be themselves. And we allow them to express their emotions because everybody expresses emotions in different ways and there's no right or wrong way to express emotions. And that helps with them being able to understand emotions, and that's when they become emotionally intelligent. And then they are able to articulate those emotions and see other people's emotions as well. That makes them emotionally literate as well. And then they become more conscious and aware of themselves, those around them, and building those human connections, socially integrating them in a creative way. Yes.
And I feel like with that kind of space, they will be fully aware that there's no place for judgment. And then that's a space where they can actually be free and just let go.
Just let go. Yes.
Wow.
It's a really intentional, safe space. Yeah.
How do non-verbal children communicate and express themselves through the program?
Well, and the program has really helped, you know, throughout. I've noticed nonverbal children that come out because we use universal communication tools. There's no language barriers. So what we do is we go back to drama. We look at body language. We look at facial expressions. We listen to the tone of voice, gestures, movement, you know, a slight tap, the tiniest things. We pick up on those nuances for them to be more aware. And that's then what is it's all about.
Okay, so you like observe and be like, oh, okay. When I ask this certain question and then how they react is like an answer to that.
It's an answer because communication is not only words.
Yes.
Communication is expressed through our bodies, through our voices. So you pick up on the small little body languages. If someone is like with our neurodivergent learners, they like to stim. So you can see if it's overstimulated, anxious stimming, or is it an understimulated, underwhelming stimming? Is it because the learner is anxious about something, frustrated about something, or are they happy about something? So through analyzing body language, listening to the tone, maybe like a humming, is it a distressful hum, or is it a happy hum, a light hum? You're able to pick up on those nuances to know and gauge the emotional temperature, to see the mood. You can pick up on a dip of the mood if someone was happy and then something happens to change that and then they become sad. There's no talking involved in that. It's just observing, looking, eye contact, looking at a gesture, you know, looking at a hand moving. Any touch means closeness, means safety. You are able to interact. Any distance means maybe, you know, creating boundaries. So we pick up on those nuances. You look at that, you listen to the tone, you look at gestures, facial expression, and that's how nonverbal kids also learn, and realizing that they are communicating without using words.
Sure. Hey, yeah, you're very observant, hey?
Very, it helps you
Sure.
become very aware. And that's why when you apply it every day, or like you practice it, you can apply it in your everyday life scenarios as well.
Yeah, noted. I'd like to know how important is role play in helping children understand emotions, communications, and social situations of their environment.
So with the role playing, because drama is all about, I say, rehearsing real life situations.
Oh, okay.
So we make believe. We act out real life situations. But what's nice is that it's safe because it's in a controlled structure. And if you make a mistake or you feel like there's something wrong with how you've expressed yourself, you can do it again. There's no structures that limit your emotional variety and your capability. So it helps in that way that it's not restrictive. You are able to just express yourself openly.
Okay. Do you have, have you ever gotten an instance where a child would, let's say, for example, role play, and then you'd say whoever is a sister, mom, aunt, or dad, and then they would somehow act out something and be like, no, I think this something is wrong.
That's always most of the time what happens, because through role playing you pick up on the learner's home environment.
Yes.
You pick up on how they are feeling, if they are depressed at the time, if they are anxious, because what happens is they act out how they feel.
Yeah.
Because it's safe. We are making believe, we are rehearsing. It's not actual real life, but they show you real life and what's happening behind the scenes within them internally or at home that's affecting them. Like in a case, you'll see children maybe act out a scenario of bullying, because most of the time that's what happens in schools. And then you ask them to resolve that situation and see how they address the bully and how it feels to be a bully.
Yes.
You know, you change those roles for them so that they understand the dynamics. And when it happens in real life, they have the emotional memory to say, this happened, or this is familiar. This feeling is familiar. I know this.
Yeah.
And then they are able to navigate through that situation.
Okay.
If there's a fight, or they like you said, they show you something, some abuse maybe that they felt at home or somewhere, then you are able to put in other interventions, because it was a cry for help.
Yes.
It was a cry for help. That's when the role playing really plays a role, because they able to fully express themselves with no fear, no judgment, and they're showing us real life, but in a safe space.
Yeah, and I like that safe space, because most children, they need that safe space and be with people that they really regard as a safe person. So when you come about, and then they'll be like, that sigh of relief. I think that this is a really good initiative.
Thank you so much.
High five. So mental health is a major part of the initiative, right? So why is emotional well-being so important for the children on the spectrum?
For children on the spectrum, this helps because we are avoiding meltdowns. We are avoiding crashing out. We are avoiding building tension, adding on to tension, because there's no outlet. We are constantly inputting, but there's no outlet. There's no emotional release. There's no freedom to creatively express. So that makes you anxious. And children become, what do they say? Fright or flight mode.
Fight or flight, yeah.
Yes, they between those two. They are never calm, regulated, safe, encouraged, seen or heard. So they work on their anxiety, and that's when we need to break down those barriers.
Oh man, girl, this is amazing.
Oh, I'm glad it resonates and you can feel it.
It does, because I'm actually putting myself in my kids' shoes. I would, maybe if they're having like a bad day, I would actually look. I have to look, obviously, and observe. Oh, what happened before?
Before.
And then most of the kids, they don't know how to express themselves. So if you create a safe space as an educator for the kids, obviously they're gonna show you what's wrong.
What's wrong.
They'll take your hand and show you what's wrong, what they want or what they don't like. And also their communication, they would, for instance, if there's noise, they would block
their ears.
I have to be aware
of that.
Yes.
And
and also with that, there's a ripple effect. So if I sort B out, I know that
it's going to
Yes.
them. Yes.
I thank you. You also incorporate meditation, right? And calming techniques, like you said. How do these benefit the children, parents, and educators who are involved?
Okay, so the first thing that I say, which is so important, like we are sitting here, we are talking, we are breathing, and it's like a second nature. You know, it's like a normal thing that we always do. When we do intentional breathing, when we meditate and we sit with our thoughts and we connect, and you connect through your breath, that is when you are able to align yourself and you ground yourself. Your mind is not scattered in the everyday noise of responsibilities or whatever needs to be done, or because you are at school, you know. So when you ground yourself through meditation, which is the power of breath, connecting your breath with your mind and your body, and then aligning yourself, you are basically capturing your own essence, your breath. And when you capture your own essence, that's when you are calm. You are most calm, and you listen to your own thoughts, and you understand your own thoughts. And then you are able to navigate your thoughts because you are aware of them. They don't scare you. They don't overwhelm you.
Yes.
They don't frighten you. You just have a space to breathe, sit still without fidgeting, doing anything. You just ground yourself and your thoughts, and you just breathe. Deep breathing, block breathing, where you feel your lungs expand and your back from your lower back, and you expand, and your posture even changes when you start breathing correctly. Your body aligns, you release tension. If your tension is sitting on your neck, it goes away, and through your back, the posture becomes more alive, your body becomes lighter, your mind is lighter. Also emotionally, you are lighter because you will be surprised at how much you breathe in all your nonsense or all the stress, and then breathe it out. Just that simple process really lets a lot out. Releases a lot out. And that's why we do that. Whenever there's emotional chaos or noise in the environment, center yourself, ground yourself, align yourself. And the only person to do that is yourself.
Yes.
And through your breath.
Yes.
So we teach our kids to do that at a young age. And this is what we call regulating our nervous system. And it comes through meditation. It comes through yoga, stretching the body, and the breath must go through and flow from you as you inhale in your nostrils, in your mouth, through your lungs. You are aware of every part of you and where your breath filters through you and moves through you. And that's what makes you a soul, a being. And that's what we want you to be all the time. A vibrant being who is able to ground yourself if there's any chaos internally or externally. You're just able to draw yourself to yourself. You know that saying? It's exactly that. And just align yourself.
It's all like mind over matter.
It's mind over matter. And it all starts with breathing.
Yes. When you say breathing techniques, and you had mentioned that it's all about our everyday living. I'll use this example because now I remember something in terms of breathing techniques, right?
Yes.
I tried something out because I had learned that when you breathe in a certain way, when you are walking or on the treadmill, that little 2 minutes panic, you are gonna overcome it.
Yes.
Just breathe.
Just breathe.
Did I not breathe? After going down that hill, I was like, oh, that's easy to understand. Like I was panicking for nothing. And I was like, I just had to go through that little moment of struggle and toughness so that I can overcome it and be like, oh.
And your breath that time was like short, quick breaths because you're panicking. You're like, you know, and there's not enough oxygen going through your lungs, your body, your heart, your brain. So you're limiting that oxygen because you're panicking.
Yeah.
So you're not thinking clearly, you're just in awe and in panic mode.
Yes.
So once you regulate yourself, let me breathe, I've got this. Then it's easy.
Yes. Nah.
Easy.
I know. I know. With that, I just want us to go on a quick ad break. We will be back.
Hi there, I'm Omari. I like being in quiet places because loud noises can hurt my ears. It make it hard for me. If you think you want to help me, just try to keep the noises down or let me take a break in a quiet room. When I get overwhelmed, it helps me calm down and more relaxing. If I ask to be alone a while, it's just because I need some time to recharge. Thanks for obsessing that. Bye.
Welcome back to all our viewers and listeners out there. I am still joined by Becky Way, Miss Creative Vibes. She's the founder. Hey guys, I must say our conversation is flowing and we're really unpacking on Creative Vibe and the vibe itself. And we will be continuing our conversation on mental health, autism, and the power of applied drama. So yes, ma'am. What changes or growth have you noticed in children who participate in the program?
Wow, phenomenal changes, I must say. And they fill me with so much pride because you'll start maybe the year with a child in the corner there who's very afraid to show up or come out of their shell and doesn't talk to other kids, doesn't play with other kids, doesn't want to participate. And that child, the very same child, will be the one in a drama game, leading the drama game, or the winner in a drama game. And that will boost their confidence. And you'll see so much light in their faces because they accomplished something they thought they also couldn't do because they didn't think that's something that they could do. And when they're able to do that, even a non-verbal child who's afraid of talking, just for them to stand up on stage. Just standing up on stage without running to the back or with an educator to accompany them on stage as their safety net, just alone to stand up there with all the other learners and have that confidence. It's totally amazing because then you know it's worked. Then you know the child feels safe, the child feels seen, the child is validated and encouraged to continue in that way, to express themselves. Because opening up also happens on levels. You don't just open up, you know. You check if it's safe enough to open up, you know, and you slowly peel off your layers. And that's what children do as well with the program. When they feel safe enough, when they feel that, oh, I see somebody else doing the same thing. Oh, other children are doing the same thing. Oh, actually, this is fun. And they slowly peel off their insecurities, their shyness, or whatever was holding them back. Even one word from a non-verbal child.
It's something.
It's a major accomplishment. From a child who didn't want to say anything to a child saying hello or saying their name. Hi, I'm so-and-so. You like, thank you.
Nice. Tick.
the work is done.
Accomplished.
The work is done
Yeah.
because that child knows that they are important, they are seen, they are heard, they are validated, and they can speak out because that's what creativity is about, speaking out. You know, having that voice, but not using your words, but you yourself are able to open up to the world.
And it's also nice for a child to have a feeling of I'm being heard or seen. Right?
That acknowledgement, it validates them. As much as we like to say, you mustn't seek outside validation from people, find it in yourself. But to be validated in this world is very important
It
to
is.
us, you
It
know,
is.
and we take that for granted. A simple, well done,
Hey,
goes a long
and
way.
I'm proud of you.
And I'm proud of you.
Hey.
Goes a long way.
does.
You've just taken that child out of a dark space
Yes.
and you've shown them the light at the end of the tunnel to say, that's where we're going. Look,
Yes.
there, let's go. Don't look back. That's where we're going. Open up some more. Come out some more. You are safe. You are heard. You are understood. You are not alone.
And it's so sad that there's people out there who are like just living their everyday, but the only thing that they need is those words. Like,
Those words. Maybe some grew up, your parents didn't even say that to you,
Yes.
and you do the wrong things growing up to seek validation from external factors, you know, which leads to peer pressure and doing all the wrong things just to be accepted or understood.
Yeah.
So it starts at a very young age when we just encourage these small little creative gestures.
Hesh.
Yeah.
How is it important for parents and educators to also receive emotional support and guidance?
You see that because we also facilitate workshops with educators at different schools to implement drama strategies. And we also want to reach out to more parents to include their kids in these programs because as educators, you're always looking for clinical solutions, as well as parents. They're always looking for those clinical solutions, which are needed, but sometimes are costly also. And we need more social integration. We need more creative expression. And creativity is a form of therapy. Whether it be playing an instrument, drawing, writing, painting, singing, dancing, any form of creativity is self-expression and it's therapy. It is healing. And parents are the champions and educators are the champions in the front line for neurodivergent learners. So they cannot pour from an empty cup. They also need to be seen, validated, and heard so that they can pass it on. So if they don't feel seen or heard or validated, how can you then pass it on to the learners, to the children to be the same? If the child comes from a chaotic home environment, that unsettles them as well. And it's hard for them to transition from that home environment to come to school and settle down. Because after school, they go back to that chaos. So we need parents, educators to just regulate themselves so that they are able to pour in and show love and give more creative tools. I think it's more creative tools because we have all these clinical theories and clinical therapies that work, but we need more creativity because, like I said, creativity is healing. And it's the closest thing to God and to being your true self. So when we use creativity and all the tools of applied drama, even as in our everyday life, you know, if a parent has stress, anxiety, because they have to deal with school fees and medication, and they can also just switch off, meditate, find themselves, and try and understand why they're feeling so overwhelmed and know that they are supported. There are different strategies that they can use. And there is help and there is support. They can reach out. And that's making all of these kind of programs accessible to them as well.
With that, do you also give, let me say, homework to the parents?
There's no homework. That's what's nice. And that's our selling point to the learners as well,
Yeah.
to say, do you want to join drama? Because
Yeah.
there's no homework, there's no assessments, there's no tests in drama. No one's trying to figure you out.
Yeah.
In fact, you figure yourself
yourself out,
out
yeah.
in drama. So with the parents, it's practicing those little tools that we use in drama. Instead of speaking directly as a mother to a child or a father trying to discipline a child, you as a parent can put on a character. And the child knows that, oh, when mommy shifts and becomes this character, that means mommy's not happy.
Yes.
So mommy changes her voice. Now mommy's gone.
Yeah.
Now this is Big Mama. And Big Mama says she don't like that. You know, you change characters.
know.
Then they know, oh, mommy, this is wrong, this is right, this is how to behave, or this is what not to do. So instead of being strict and shouting and using all of those strategies that parents sometimes use at home, you use dramas, tricks. You have puppets, you have masks, you know, to talk to your kids, to play with your kids.
Yeah.
Playing music and dancing.
Yeah.
Just that also at home releases so much tension and stress.
You know, I'm thinking about, as you say, using different strategies as a parent. There's this, it was trending on TikTok, right? When children are doing something that's
Wrong.
and then the parents will say, Jessica.
Yes, I remember that. Did you see how it switched the kids?
But for me, it didn't work out because my son was like, I said he was doing something and I was like, stop it. And then I called Jessica. And then he was like, who's Jessica?
Who's Jessica?
Like,
Who's Jessica?
I'm like, oh man, now I must go back to the drawing board.
Yeah, now you find different strategies. Also, that helps to be able to see, oh, this doesn't work.
Yeah.
Let me try something else. So you try different strategies. Maybe you can try a puppet, you can try a mask,
Yeah.
and just be a different character that they see
Yeah.
instead of an imaginary character that they can't see. Because
Yeah.
where's Jessica? Who's Jessica,
Yeah,
mom?
that's
You
it.
know?
Like-
So other kids need that physical person.
Yeah.
So you will transform yourself to that physical person. And then they will see, oh, okay, mommy, what are you doing? No, it's not mommy. It's Jessica or
I'll
something.
try it.
Yeah, but this is why drama helps. We play with different characters. If something doesn't work, you try something else.
Yeah.
You know, and it's all about playing. We're always playing. We're using creativity.
Yeah.
If character work doesn't play, you play music. Orchestra music, intense, down, down, down,
Yeah.
down. That music changes your vibe. Also, they might think, why is mommy playing this music?
what's going on?
And then that draws their attention to you, you know. So little strategies like that. It doesn't have to be always role playing, but using props, using costume, using music, those things help, even at home.
Hey, Jessica, sorry, girl. Wow. Okay, so what role do creativity, hobbies, performance play in building confidence and self-expression?
It's like I said, it's healing. Creativity is healing. Hobbies is like something to do. What do they say? An idle mind is the devil's playground. When your mind is not active, you have this...
Think about it.
You think about the wrong things. Your mind can get carried away to the darkest of places. Do you know what I mean? So when your mind is constantly being stimulated, but through creativity and something positive, you have an outlet, you have somewhere to express yourself. Unlike when there's no hobby, there's no drama, or there's nothing to do, stagnant energy that's just piled up, that sits and does nothing. And that's when you have meltdowns or a temper tantrum or a crash out, because there's all of this energy that is stored up in the body but has nowhere to be expressed, nowhere to go.
Like an outlet.
There's no outlets, you know, because that's what we mean when we say there's always input but no output.
output.
So that's when we create channels of more output. And as a output that is not loud, that is not conformed to rules of society. It's a creative outlet, which is a healing outlet, which is a therapeutic outlet.
Okay, my outlet is hiking.
That's a good one because that helps with breathing. That helps with, your body, building your strength, mental strength as well, to tell yourself, I'm lost, I must find my way, I'm tired, I need to go up this hill. All of that, because it's all aligned, mind, body, and soul.
Yeah.
When the body works, the mind works. When the mind works, the emotion works. Staying active,
yeah.
it helps.
And there's a lot of things that are happening when I'm hiking, like mind over matter things. Like when you talk about going up there, and I'm like, how am I gonna get there? Because one, I have to breathe properly.
Yes.
My stepping,
you can't fall, injure yourself. But the accomplishment when you are there, and after your whole trail is done, you're like, I did that.
Yeah.
And hey, wow. And then what else comes to your mind? What else can I do?
Yes.
Anything is possible. So it opens up the opportunities. The possibilities are endless.
And I know that once, like the human body or the human brain, once you've accomplished something that you never thought you would, it unlocks something.
More
and then
potential.
I don't know this feeling, but I like it.
But I like it,
Yeah.
And then you start exploring more, doing more, wanting, because you must always be curious and inquisitive. And that's what's nice about kids. They are still curious and inquisitive. They ask, they want to learn. So we use that to our advantage. We use that to say they're still open to learning. They're like a sponge. They absorb things. So we make it creative, fun, playful, interactive, but they're learning really deep inner work that will help them navigate as adults as well in their futures, stepping out of school, getting into a work situation, in friendships, in family dynamics. All of this comes together.
Hey, this is holistic.
Yes,
Type
all of
vibe.
yes, it is the creative vibe,
Sure.
all about holistic development. Yes.
I told you we're onto something.
We're flowing,
like
girl. We're flowing.
What encouragement would you give to parents considering creative programs like this for their children?
Anything creative is therapy, is healing. So let them draw, let them paint, let them be creative. Because also when I did drama, people are like, what are you going to do with drama? Look at me, I'm a whole arts educator now with drama, helping with mental health and speaking about neurodivergent learners on the spectrum. You don't have to be a professional actor or an award-winning musician, to do drama or to participate in arts or things like this. It just teaches you how to be able to communicate, how to express yourself and understand emotions, because you are able to regulate your emotions, you understand your own emotions, you are conscious, you are aware of yourself and those around you. And that creates synergy. And you flow with a creative vibe.
Right.
You just flow through life and situations. Even when there's a challenge, feeling overwhelmed or overstimulated, how can you de-stress or de-escalate the situation? Go back to what you love, creating, which is why we're put on earth to be creators. And we are all artists in some form, shape, or way. And we just need to go back to that artist in us to make the world more colorful, more tolerable, less stress, less depression, less issues, but creating. And when you create something, you are saying, this is me. This is who I am. This is part of what I think I'm expressing in the whole world. And it's a piece of me. It's a piece of you that you leave behind.
Yeah, that's true. I feel like our world is just black and gray.
That's the thing.
We need color. We need creative vibe everywhere.
Everywhere.
So that we can actually have all these colors of the rainbow in this world. And I feel like when we have such colors, it's going to create a better world, like I said.
Less problems.
You understand? Yeah.
Definitely.
Lastly, what is your vision for the future of creative vibe and autism support in our communities?
Firstly, the vision is to make this accessible everywhere. It shouldn't be a niche. It shouldn't be an elitist thing. Drama. Ooh. No. It should be for everyone, everywhere, because when we look at the basic principles, it's about human connection. Real genuine human connections. And that's what we need in this world of technology now. We need to go back to those human connections.
Yes.
So I would like the Creative Vibe to be in almost every school in the country,
Amen.
to help educators and to include all learners who are on the spectrum, who are not on the spectrum, mainstream. It must be just inclusive for everyone, for their own well-being, you know, just to support yourself internally as well. Yeah, to say, oh, this is me. Be proud of who you are, what you
Yes.
offer in the world. Light your light, shine your light on the world, and accept who you are for your flaws. You know, that's why I say neurodivergent learners, I think, are superheroes.
Yeah.
Because they feel the world the way we should, actually.
Girl.
They feel the world raw, unfiltered emotions. They are sensitive to certain things. That's how we actually are as people. But the world has dumbed us down. Our responsibilities, we need to work. You need to have a job, work, make money. And that makes you disassociate yourself from feeling things because you've got priorities. And then you don't feel. And we need to feel as people. That's what makes us people. We feel. So we need to go back and get in touch with the feelings that connect us with each other, the feelings that connect us with ourselves, the feelings that just connect us with our environment and everything that we are about.
Sure. With that being said, how can parents at schools get in contact with Creative Vibe?
Okay, Woo, I'm looking forward to hearing from different schools because we offer extracurricular drama at mainstream schools. Also, we offer educator workshops at different schools. We'd like to also enable parents the tools also to take this home, you know. So you can get in touch with me, send me an email, The Creative Vibe essay, The Creative Vibe essay @gmail.com. Or you can hit me up on a message. I'm going to leave my numbers. Directly contact me and tell me what you'd like us to work with because we're open to working with different organizations as well. So you can hit me up. My number is 072-674-3137. It's 072-674-3137.
Quick shout out.
Quick shout out to the Randburg Clinic School. We had a fun educators workshop. Looking forward to working also with the foundation phase. That's something we're going to do as well. And shout out to all the schools that I've worked with. I've worked at a lot of different schools. But particularly, shout out to my learners. Shout out to my learners because they are the ones who call me the drama queen and understand and appreciate what I do. And they get the creative vibe. And they are the creative vibe.
Yes.
And shout out to you, girl. This was so nice. I had so much fun.
Amazing.
Thank you so much for the
Thank you
opportunity.
for being
I
our
enjoyed
guest.
this so much.
Right?
Yeah.
From me and B. Bye.